Hello my beautiful friends and welcome back to our channel and today's video on procrastination. Now I am itching to do a whole series on procrastination because it's such a commonly requested topic in coaching and it does steal a lot from our lives. It causes a lot of suffering as we're procrastinating. The act of procrastinating is usually quite uncomfortable, but it actually steals so many results away from us. And unfortunately what we find is that we end up doing a lot of suffering and spending a lot of energy only to not get the result we want. When I would love for all of you guys to see that energy and any pain that comes along with that be channeled into a result that you want. And we can do that when we start to master this problem of procrastination. So today I just want to start this series with asking you to ask yourself this question. Are you really procrastinating, or are you just expecting yourself to be productive all of the time? Now this question might sound ridiculous on face value. We all theoretically know that we can't be productive all of the time. But so much of our society right now is geared towards putting this productivity and this busyness up on a pedestal. Side hustle was probably one of the most commonly used terms over the last 5-10 years or so. Everybody wants a side hustle now. It's fed by or supported by this idea that we're these machines that don't ever need to stop, that we can have our regular day job and then on top of that we can fit a side hustle in as well. And as a coach, I'm not going to tell you where to put your energy or where to not put your energy, or what's okay to do a side hustle or not. I am here to help you see your thoughts, question your thoughts, and make sure you like the thoughts that you're acting on. Hence this question, are you really procrastinating, or are you just expecting yourself to be productive all the time? I've noticed that a lot of us have internalized this idea that we should be productive all of the time. I don't know if this has been around for a long time or it's a special phenomenon in our current society with all of our socialization and marketing and the recent hustle culture and so on. Now, I am going to help you reduce the amount of procrastination you do, because to me, procrastination is a problem. True procrastination is something that we can clean up with coaching so that your energy gets put either to productivity or to all the other stuff in life, all the other life that there is to be lived, whether it's relationships, fun, creativity, sleeping. The idea is that there is time to be productive and there is time for everything else. But in this video, I just want to bring up this idea and have you scan your mind for this idea that you should be productive all the time. Now here's the problem with the thought, or one of the problems with the thought that you should be productive all the time. When it comes to procrastination, if we believe that we should be productive all of the time, that all of our minutes should be spent on producing something that is strategic in our lives, then we don't actually get to know if we're procrastinating. Because what happens is we only have a limited capacity to create, to focus, to expend mental energy. We have a limited mental capacity in the day, such that not every minute can be spent on this same type of task. Your mind needs time to rest and restore to be able to be productive in that way, to be able to give focus and attention in that way. So if you believe that you should be productive all the time, you don't know if you're actually procrastinating, i.e. you're avoiding a task that you planned because you're unwilling to feel an emotion or uncertainty, or if you're actually out of energy. So it's one thing to not be able to recognize true procrastination and therefore to actually be able to start to solve that problem. But it's another thing to judge yourself and punish yourself and sabotage yourself for not being able to produce when you're depleted, when you actually need rest. You're not going to be able to get meaningful data in your procrastination and start changing your procrastination habit if you don't know the difference between when you need rest, when you can't work because you need rest, or when you can't work because you're stuck in your procrastination. So if you're really serious about changing your procrastination habit, being able to take control of the results that you produce in your life, then I need you to find this thought, if it's in there, that you should be productive all the time. And it might show up in sort of consequential ways. For example, if you find that you have difficulty resting without feeling guilty or shame or restless, agitated. If you're unable to rest because of those feelings that invade your rest time, it might be driven by this thought that you should be being productive right now. You shouldn't be resting right now. Now, another clue that's more tangible and quite blatant is if you have a calendar that you're following and you see in your workday, you actually have booked out every minute to do some kind of productive work. If your calendar in itself shows you that you've planned to be purely productive with all the hours of your day, that is telling you that you expect yourself to be able to use every single minute to be productive. We cannot ignore the limitations. I don't even like to call them limitations. The reality of being a human. Humans aren't just productivity machines. If you're continuing to plan to only be productive, to not have any rest, and you're just calling it procrastination when you can't seem to follow through on those plans, then my beautiful friends, I invite you to question this belief that you should be productive all the time. This will be the beginning of you getting some meaningful data to be able to kick your procrastination habit. If you already know that this work is meaningful to you, it's the stuff that's actually going to get you from where you are now, where you've gotten to so far by yourself, where you've always been, and up to this next level, then come along coaching with me. I offer free, no obligation consults where we can just jump on a call and chat together about where you are right now and where you want to be. Love you guys so much, and I'll see you in my next one.